Hello everyone, my name is Rochelle Garrett. I'm Community Outreach and Business Engagement. Welcome to all of our Facebook Live friends. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate y'all being here today. What I'd like to start off by doing, it's a great networking time for you all, but also we're going to learn some very valuable and informative information from Ms. Jennifer Jester here that we're so happy to have. So if you would like, we're going to start here. We're going to go around the room. I'd like you to stand up, introduce yourself, your business, real quick synopsis of what you do, and then so that we can get through it and we can have a shopper come speak. So bring it on.
Hello everyone, my name is Eric. I'm a digital marketing strategist. I help companies scale their business through digital marketing, and I'm representing Custom Covenant Work today.
Great. Welcome. Welcome.
And he drove from Wells, Texas.
Wow, Eric, that's amazing. Welcome. We're happy to have you.
My name is Ed Santos. I'm a physical therapist.
And a proud ambassador.
Yes, very much.
Yes. Good morning. I'm sorry, good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. I live in Dallas, so I drove 2 hours, from there to here, to meet this, beautiful soul here, Anyway, my name is Eric Nakul, and I own the company that is located in Dallas. So I'm running a big dealership, home safe network. It's a smoke detection system, carbon monoxide, and water leak detection system, for residential.
Welcome, and he is BBB accredited in Dallas.
Yes, he's BBB
Yes.
accredited. That's
Welcome,
amazing.
welcome.
4 years, BBB accredited.
Yay! All right, Johnny, your turn, my man.
Hey everyone, I'm Johnny Gonzalez. I'm the co-owner of Weather Shield Covers. I build metal carports, garages, RV covers, and small Marno shells, and I'm a new accredited business.
Welcome.
Hello everybody, my name is Brenda Gibson. I'm the owner of Brenda's Home Service, Commercial Administration Cleaning, and I grew up here from Mount Pleasant, Texas.
Hi, my name is Dee Clark from Public Community Federal Credit Union, and we provide banking services for the people of Smith County.
And also a proud ambassador. And a proud ambassador.
Oh, and proud ambassador.
There you go.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm Davey Peoples. I'm a branch manager for Kelly Community Federal Credit Union. Now, same what she said.
I'm Rebecca Berkeley, Director of Communications and Marketing with the East Texas Food Bank. We're in 26 counties in East Texas. Yesterday, we just opened up our 4th resource center in Texarkana, and this year we're on task to feed 30 million meals.
Wow. That's amazing.
Hi, I'm Lois Reed at the Tidewater Chamber, and I've had the honor and the privilege to work with Jennifer with Chamber Business.
Love it.
Good.
Yes. Melissa.
Good afternoon, my name is Melissa Shannon, and I'm Director of Business Development and Financial Advisor for Burris Capital. We have a location here in Esmond, but we're throughout Texas and the United States, and we're a new BBB member.
Woo.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stand up for these people. These are my people, right?
These are my
But I'm sure, especially restoration, we do the cleanup, flood, fire, biohazard, mold, anything cleanup, and we do the rebuilds. And we're back again.
Yes.
To love the Lunch and Learn. We're so awesome, so I'm glad to be back.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome back.
And this is my boss, Jimmy, and he's out of our Dallas office, and she is another one of our marketing, Danielle.
Yay.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Patrick. I'm from Comet Signs of Stratus. We specialize in large-scale electrical signage, wayfinding packages, rebrands, rebuilds, remodels, anything signage.
That's wonderful. Welcome. Welcome.
Hello, my name is KJ Langian. I'm with KTK. I'm in Fox 51, the Director of Digital Operations there. And if you've watched East Texas Live, and you've seen the BBB on there giving everybody tips for East Texas.
Yes.
So we're a new member this year, so glad to be here.
Yes. Welcome.
Ed Graves, the owner of Energy Improvements. We're local, been here 35 years doing the same thing. Been a member a long time, first time being a lunch member.
Wow, welcome, welcome, Ed.
Hi everyone, my name is Chad Future, I'm a sales manager for Designer Graphics. We are in all things printing and branding, signage and banners, apparel, promotional items, decals, and my first time here, so thank you for having me.
Welcome, we're so happy to have you.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Prentice, and I'm representing Linda Rose State Farm here in Tyler. I've been in the insurance industry 15 years, new to the Tyler area though. My parents have been here 33 years. I am new. My mom calls me a Tyler riding training. And I'm excited to represent Linda Rose. Obviously, being with State Farm, we are your good neighbor, and we are here to help you protect your assets, whether it's small business, commercial, residential. We're able to help in those areas to help make sure we can get you back should a disaster happen.
That's amazing. Please tell Linda and George we said hello.
I
Such
will.
good people, such good people.
Thank you.
That's right. My name is David Lewis. I'm the office manager for Linda and George Rose State Farm here in Tyler. Originally from Dallas, background radio, did about 15 years of radio in Dallas. Opened up my own contractor business, got that going, and then I decided, listen, you know what? Most of the insurance agents that I speak with, you know, they're not relatable. They don't have any swagger to them.
If there's ever a demand, I love it.
If you want to save some money on your auto or homeowner's insurance, be sure to get with me after the meeting.
The question I want to pose to all you individuals, as well as your couple of bikers in here, is do you really own your home, and do you really have a good lien on that property that you own money on? I'm Randy Shelker, predominantly title. I've been in the title business over 35 years. I've owned title companies and managed the one that we just, this predominantly title that we started here just a couple of years ago. So, I'm Robert Stewart Title. Here are a bunch of sins that title companies, that the title insurance policy covers. If you're interested in getting an electronic copy of this, I'm going to pass this around and pick it up at the front at the end of the meeting. Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here again, Randy. We appreciate you.
I'm John Martin with Encore Multimedia. Our main stations are KGB Radio and Mix 93.1, along with Classic Rock and Jess as well. My first time here, but I feel like I've been here forever because I know a lot of the faces. I've worked with several of you, and so I'm just glad to be here.
Yes, we're happy to have you.
Friends.
Hello, I am Bridget Stewart. I'm the owner of Lifestyle Lash Academy here in Tyler, Texas. I do have almost 30 years of background in the air conditioning manufacturing company. I work for Train. I drove a forklift, and I gave it up almost 3 years ago to open the first Lash Academy here in East Texas. People think that there's not much education that goes behind this, but you do have to be either a cosmetologist, esthetician, or a licensed lash tech to perform lash services here in the state of Texas. Texas was the only state that had this program. Now Tennessee has it, so I've kind of been going back and forth to see how I can help them with their program because it is fairly new.
Awesome.
I do not lash anymore. I have not lashed. I lashed for the last 5 years that I was at training, but for the past year, I have tried to create a program that is going to help cosmetologists, even though they've been in the industry for years, they've been instructing for years. The lash program is very different. Some of them have just now gotten their program approved at their college. So I'm in the middle of my first training of training the head of the cosmetology department at TDCC to transition to be a lash educator.
That's awesome.
And she didn't think that she needed that much help. She told me yesterday that she is humbled because this is a totally different side of it. And even though she's been doing it for over 20 years, she realizes that she's gonna need stuff. So that is what I'm doing for you. That's what
Well, thank you for always attending too. We really appreciate you so much.
I am Shawana West, and I'm the operations administrator here at the BBB. So if you call, I'm usually probably the one that's answering the phone and helping direct you where you need to go. I am also the classroom facilitator. If you guys ever need this classroom, we do rent it out. So I will be the contact person for that. So I do some of everything. I help wherever needs to be. You know, go here, do this, do that.
Utility player. Utility player.
Yes.
31st from 10 to 2 p.m. That's right. Yeah, 10
Yes.
to 2. And there's a little QR code here that you can scan. And there's also one up on the board there. If you would like to sign up for slots and come and be a blood donor on that day, we would love for you guys to come and help us out. Okay.
She will too, but go ahead.
Okay, and also we have some flyers. We are having a virtual Battle of the Business trivia on Friday. So we would love for you guys to sign up. The last day to register is Thursday.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow. Oh, it is tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we would love for you guys to join us because we have a BBB team and we're ready for you.
So what I need to reiterate is, y'all, first prize is $500 cash. Second is 3, third is 2, and then we've got some amazing door prizes that we're going to give out in between rounds, like pretty quick. Michelle has gone above and beyond, hired a professional to do this, so it's going to run very smoothly.
Yes.
And Michelle's just done a great job with that.
So the guy who's hosting has a trivia podcast, which I didn't know there was such a thing,
I know.
but so you should be good.
Yes, so excited, y'all. I mean, and it's just a great way to represent your business. Individual $35, business team of 4 is $100. You can have more than one team too.
We do.
So come on, y'all. Let's get them battle of the wits.
Great way to end the week, right?
Okay, yay.
Okay,
So
good deal.
that's it on that. Now the next step. Yeah, clicker. I need clicker. Here we go. We're just going to kind of run down real quick over what we've got going on here. Oh, that was.
Sorry,
It's
I
okay.
forgot to take that out. We did
So
have a
needless to
trivia.
say, it went well. In 2 hours' time, we had over 400 vehicles, even though the rain and the lightning made it to where we just couldn't do it. So of course, some people were upset. I'm like, it's safety before anything. So just FYI, it was a great turnout for the little bit of time that we did it. So thank you all for everyone that, definitely for the sponsors and then everyone that participated.
We do have 3 more
Yes.
in East Texas, so if
Yes.
somebody still needs to have their stuff shredded,
Yes.
we have 3
We've got
more.
Longview, Glendale, and Jacksonville coming up. So, yes. And all of that's on our events page on our website.
Yep.
So this is what Shalani just mentioned about the virtual trivia coming up. Y'all have never been so excited. I'm super excited about it. It's something new that we're trying this year. All the consumers did a poll and members saying this is what they wanted to see, so Michelle made it happen. So thank you for that.
We'll have more next year too.
Yes. Now, real quick, we've got a wonderful partnership. I'm going to let John Martin stand up real quick and talk about it. We're super excited with Town Square Media.
You do it from back here.
You can either
I'll
way.
go from right here.
There you go.
I'm gonna turn the camera around, make sure I get you.
We're used to, okay. We're used to people hearing us, so don't even turn around.
Like it's a radio.
So I'm here to announce a relationship with the Better Business Bureau. We've been a member for quite a while, and Michelle heard rumors that we were doing something different with the Chambers of Commerce in the Daily Tyler. A lot of you, or several of you, have taken part of that as well. But we had contracted with the Better Business Bureau to do the same program, and that program essentially is every single member of the Better Business Bureau is allowed to take part in coming into the office, into the studio, recording a free commercial, and we'll air it on KUE for a week.
That's awesome.
You'll have an opportunity to do your own commercial and use it on your social media. The Business Bureau will utilize it as well, so there'll be a lot of potential there for you. It'll live forever on everybody's Facebooks and et cetera. So we're really excited. It's a great experience. I think there are 2 or 3 folks that have been in already. And, I don't think Johnny's coming in next week. I think.
Hey, go Johnny, go! Go Johnny, go!
So we're very, very excited about getting to meet all of the members, and it's going to go on for quite a while. So we're excited about everybody getting noticed more and put out there more for everybody else in the city of Tyler and East Texas to be able to see you and hear about you.
And it's gonna be on 93.1,
It'll
which
be
is
on
a different
93.1.
audience than the other stations, so, skews a little bit younger, so if that's one of your markets you wanna reach, then
It's a great market. It's a huge market.
Thank you for providing that, John. Really means it.
9,000 listeners a week.
Wow, that's amazing. That's great. Thank you for that, John. We appreciate
If you
it.
come by and get my card, if you'd like, we're going to start sometime the 1st of June, in and around there. And by the way, I just started looking for the sponsor of this program. So if any of you have any interest in talking about that, it is an automatic win for everybody involved. Not only do you get your name out there among East Texas, but you get to actually do something for the rest of the Better Business Bureau, which kind of gives you a little bit of an ability to be able to walk in their door. I mean, I paid for your commercial. Oh, go away, I don't want to talk to you. No, it's not going to happen.
Right. Correct. Right.
So, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you being here. Super excited. Okay, here we go. So this is, I love it. This is an interactive of our upcoming, all of our Lunch.Learn.Leads coming up. Make sure that you go and register. Like I said, we're trying to bring all of the goodness to you all as far as what you all have requested, learning more of the topics to learn on. So, and then next month, we're super excited to have Eric Holder back with us on HR compliance, the top challenges businesses face today. That's on June 12th. Make sure that you register for that. Also, a huge shout out to our VIP sponsors. We've got Randy Childress at Childress Wealth Management, Edward Jones, and Avco Roofing. If any of you are interested, y'all, this is a great opportunity. If any of you would like to sponsor our Lunch.Learn.Leads, I'm going to send you a follow-up email once all this is over. Reach out to me directly. I'm your go-to gal on all of that. I would love to discuss that with you. It's great visibility for your business as well, and then you get to be in front of everybody. So, all right. And here she is. We're going to have our amazing Ambassador Judson introduce Miss Jennifer, as well as talk about our ambassador program.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Judson. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Judson Hinesley. I unfortunately couldn't find my name tag today, and then I remembered the last person that had it was my almost 4-year-old, so I'm going to take that as a loss and say I can't find it. But anyways, I work for ARC Assurance Group. We're an independent insurance agency here in Tyler. We've been serving East Texas since 1977. We do home, auto, commercial, health and life, all that fun stuff. So anyways, I'm going to try to keep this short so we can get to the person that we're really here to see. But I am also a BBB ambassador. I love being a BBB ambassador. One of the main things I love about it is I get to surround myself around a lot of good people who care about their clients and their business. It is one of my favorite things about it. It's a great networking opportunity. We are looking at revamping the program right now. So if you're interested and you are an accredited business and you would like to get in front of other businesses or consumers, just let us know. We've got Ed here and V here, who are both ambassadors. You can talk to me afterwards, and we can kind of give you a rundown on what it's like to be an ambassador. But like I said, it's a great opportunity to get to meet some more businesses and clients alike. So, and surround yourself with good people who are out to take care of the community here in East Texas. So that's a big part. I'm born and raised here in Tyler. So if you're here to help our community, then you've got me in your corner. So anyways, with further ado, I'm going to go ahead and read a little bio on her, and I apologize if my hands seem shaky. I'm conquering a fear right now, speaking out in front of people. But anyways, so our speaker today is Jennifer Jester, the Strategic Media Director for Encore Multimedia. In her role, she is in charge of numerous digital mediums for clients all across North America. She also develops, manages, and performs critical analysis on social media and digital advertising campaigns so that her clients can make the most efficient use of their marketing dollars. Huge thing now. I mean, everyone's on social media, so it's huge to make sure that you're capitalizing on that. Jennifer has nearly 2 decades of experience in marketing and advertising and continues to manage her knowledge base to remain current on the fast-paced, ever-changing world of internet and digital marketing. So I bet you've seen some things in those 2 decades. Absolutely. Fun facts about Jennifer: she and her younger twin brothers have the same birthday, and she hasn't found anything yet that doesn't go with ketchup. Okay. And she knows a lot about lead generation. Here to teach us how to master the art of lead generation is Jennifer Jester.
Yes, that is true. My brothers were born 3 years
managers and a lot of new faces here, so thank you all for coming today. Realize I need to update my bio, because I actually just celebrated my 25th anniversary in October. So I've definitely seen some things. We started out before the digital age. So I started out as a designer, and I've worn many different hats at Encore throughout the years. My latest role, which I've been buying all of the traditional media and doing all the media strategies for about the last, probably 6 or 7 years. Maybe a little bit longer. They kind of blur together. But we've had the honor to work with Michelle and the Tyler BBB for probably about the last 6 years, creating their marketing strategies. We also worked with Rebecca with the food bank, which is a huge honor to really with both organizations that do so much good for the community. Recently, we've been really excited to work with the Better Business Bureau on more of a national level. So we run digital branding and lead generation campaigns for about 35 different Better Business Bureaus from coast to coast. So that's been a great learning experience for us. Just a really, really exciting time in digital and of course AI, everything coming on. So I've got quite a few slides to go through today. Now, if any of you have any questions or thoughts as we go through them, feel free to, like school, raise your hand and just ask any questions at all. So, just to start out, some of the different categories that we'll be talking about today. And I hope some of the things that, as I go through this, we go into a lot of detail with the setup of the campaigns, getting them ready, the content creation, the brand awareness, then we get to lead generation, and then the lead nurturing and lead retention. One of the main things I want you to remember is that while this all may seem complicated, you can start anywhere with this. This is our roadmap to really taking your time and preparing yourself and making sure that everything from start to finish is ready to start. But, you can, some of you started the lead generation here today during your introductions. I love seeing that. So,
for sure.
First thing is setting yourself up for success. And, I'm sure all of you know, one of the top things is doing your market research. Knowing your customer, knowing your areas, knowing certain, time periods. If you have a certain time where your business does better, where it has a lot of leads coming in. And then maybe you might have a certain time where the leads, you're kind of in your down period. And one of the things we see is a lot of people say, well, these are my slower months, I don't need to advertise. And those are usually the months where you want to ramp up your advertising. Some of the times in timing a lead generation program is, making sure that you can handle the load of the leads coming in. We'll get into that a little bit more. The website and landing pages, that is your top seller. Above you being out in the public, talking to people are going to come to your website for the information that they're looking for. So whenever you start into a lead generation campaign, make sure your website is ready to serve that particular person and that need. And then you go into the whole campaign from the customer's point of view. When they see your lead ad, or you tell them, this is my service, you want to address, their needs on your website or your landing page. And a lot of this, as we go through, is kind of a little bit of general marketing tips, just kind of best practices, but it all adds up. Your marketing to get the leads, to get the customers into your business. Conversion points. And a lot of this, like I place the media, I set the campaigns up. So a lot of my discussion does come from that side of it, in how to track the lead going through, and things that, whether you do it yourself or you hire an agency to do, it's really important to make sure that you have that set up in the beginning. So by conversion points, I mean, like if you get a lead to come in to your site, they view a landing page, then they fill out a form. That's 2 different conversion points there, because you can set up, page view, analytics, things like that just for the page view. But then you want to know how many people have hit that page, filled out that form or the secondary form, or what they did after they left the page. Which leads to our next topic, making sure your Google Analytics are set up. And I do want to say, I have a lot of points here, but anything that you want to know more about, YouTube is a wonderful resource. Pick one of these and YouTube or Google and just kind of dig in more and just familiarize yourself. Education is the key, and there are so many wonderful resources out there now. So make sure you have Google Analytics on your site, kind of familiarize yourself with how to see your page views, your traffic sources, where your traffic is going in the site, how long they're spending on the pages. Somebody hits your site, they're spending 5 seconds on the site. That's not as valuable to you as someone spending a minute or so. And if you can get somebody to spend a minute on your site, you've done well. I'm sure you all know that. It's such a fast-paced world now that we live in. And then the last topic on that is the Facebook Pixel, which also LinkedIn, Insights tag, any kind of tracking tag or anything that you can get to put on your site, even if you're not using it or planning to use it, go ahead and install it, because that's recording information about your visitors. Now, we all deal with, we're in a cookie and cookieless society now. So, do you like the cookies or do you not? So, we at Encore, we embrace that. So we kind of have found us going back to a little bit of our core marketing knowledge, knowing our audience, not just by what they're doing on the site, but whatever information you can gather from the site, and give Facebook that information, give LinkedIn that information, give Google that information, to let its algorithms work. That's always going to be better in the long run. So it's a little bit about, just in the beginning, some housekeeping items to set yourself up for the campaign before you even hit the streets, or before you create your landing pages. Another thing is to know your goals. So this is really important for us as marketers too, to create a system for tracking the leads. Whether, there are several out there like HubSpot, Salesforce. For small business, honestly, I'm not a big fan of Salesforce because it's a huge conglomerate that you can really get lost in. HubSpot is pretty good. It's okay for smaller businesses. But I think a lot of people forget about just creating an old-fashioned spreadsheet. And just really, however you do it, know where the leads are, how many you have, where they're coming from, and then did they convert or not? Because that leads us into our next point of knowing the value of a lead. And this is important because a lot of the times, you as let's say if you're selling a car, if you are spending, $100 on a lead, that's a value to you. But if you're selling a $5 product and your leads are costing $5 or $6, that's not a value to you. So going into it, knowing that cost. And there are several different mathematical ways you can figure out the cost of your leads. So, and I think just kind of having an idea too, knowing, and you might have to gather data at first to see how that lines out for each of your businesses. Because also some of you can have the retention of the leads and the resubscribing. If you have a person that's just a one-time product buyer, that's different than if you can get somebody on, you have multiple products to sell to them. You have multiple months of services to sell to them. So always take that into account too when you're gauging the value of your leads. And I say this too because on the digital campaign setup side, we can tell Google, we can tell Facebook that this is my maximum I want to spend on a lead. If your average sale is $100 and your conversion points of your leads are, let's say, 7%. And 7% is generally, industry standards, I'm always kind of up in there. You can Google over and over however you want to, and it'll tell you the different percentages. But I think on average between 5 and 8% is about an average conversion for, you know, the amount of ads or whatever you send out to people that actually become converted sales leads. So if I can tell Google, hey, don't go over this price point for a lead, and then it uses its Google Magic, the algorithms to know out of the audience that it's reaching, I can only spend this much in ad spend, or I'm going to go over this, you know, boundary that this person has set for me. So that's where having that knowledge going in. And a lot of the times, it really helps us as marketers on that side, too, because we run a lot of campaigns. And a lot of the things we get is, well, my leads are too high. And, you know, we ask them, well, do you have a price set? And a lot of the times they're not able to tell us. And that, you know, you just kind of get a feel of it, but if you have some data to back that up, then that really helps us on our marketing side to see, well, you know, Facebook is too high, or LinkedIn leads are too high. We need to pivot and move our budget over to another medium. And we'll get into all of the different mediums in a minute, kind of the different price points that they can deliver leads to you. But I know, you know, people kind of, when you think about leads, you just think, how do I get them? How do I start getting them in? How do I start to get my phone ringing? But to have some thought in the beginning on how to handle those leads, what to expect. Then, you know, I think we all know how many leads can you handle. This goes back to, you know, if you have a small sales team, you know, you don't want to overload them with a whole lot of leads coming in. Or if you're you know, you have a larger sales team, you need to expect to, or try to get more leads in to make the value of that program worth it to your organization. You know, we see this, I think, a lot in the healthcare industry, where doctors get too many patients, and then it's 3 months before they contact you back. Well, that lead and that person that you just got was probably worse than you not getting it in the first place. We have a lot of businesses, too, that ask us, you know, about communicating with people on Facebook Messenger. Messenger, people think it's a 24/7, the doors are open, you should contact me back. We have a lot of people ask, well, you know, my team can't handle this. Should we just turn it off? I mean, it's kind of up in the air, but I do kind of feel that, you know, if you're not able to handle it, then it's better to not give the option than to not be able to, you know, be prepared to contact them back. And unfortunately, the messenger, you know, that's just the world we live in now. Nobody's ever going to think that's 9 to 5 anymore. So, yeah, just overall knowing your goals, knowing, you know, if you can tell a person or a marketer, you know, I want more traffic to my website, and then we can always make suggestions. You know, if somebody's, you know, you want 10% more traffic to your website, or, you know, 5 leads this month, then us on that side, we can create a plan to come up with to deliver that to you. Then, you know, content, this kind of goes on the general marketing best strategies too. You know, we all want it to be informative, personalized to your product, addressing the pain points of a person that needs your product. You know, get them interested. A person is much more likely to buy your product, to become a lead, if you're giving them a solution to a problem that they have. You know, that's where white papers on LinkedIn, you know, any kind of informative information to the person to, you know, you're giving them something before you're even asking them to. And I'll never forget, I do a lot of research, a lot of Googling, and we have a part of our company that we do economic development websites. And I was just kind of, you know, on a constant journey to learn, looking up marketing for economic development corporations. And a white paper came up, and I was like, oh, this is good. I looked down, and I was like, oh, that's ours. Okay, this is good. You know, this is what you want to happen. So, you know, you just make sure you're that source of, you're the resource before you're out there asking. Just a film on the call to
You can sign up now, you know, even start a conversation, talk to us, get a quote. But overall on that, be clear to what that call to action does and takes you to. You know, clickbait is so rampant now, and people are so tired of seeing that. You know, if you see learn more, then it takes you straight to a form. You can tell that business did not care about that connection between who was looking at it. They're just trying to get your information, and that will just turn people off quicker than anything now. You know, we really live in a society that people don't really want to be advertised to. They want a person, an expert to talk to. And it's hard. You know, it's hard to make an advertising look like, you know, not look like an ad, but, you know, we are still marketers, and we're still, our goal is to get the message to people and sway their thought process. That also goes to, and I won't touch on this too much, but, you know, using AI responsibly. I know we probably all, you know, tried out ChatGPT. You know, one of the main things I'll say with that is the AI, it can only use and generate content that a human has already put in there. And so it will never be unique, it can never think, it never knows current events. You know, we could have a, you know, horrible world tragedy happen 1 second, and you know, ChatGPT something, it's not going to take into account what just happened. And, you know, again, and I think it's getting to where a lot more people are starting to recognize people that use that in their content generation. It likes to use a lot of adjectives, a lot of flowery words. Now, I'm not saying that it's not a good tool to help, you know, to kind of, you know, spur your brain on, but just use it responsibly and be transparent with it. We'll kind of touch on that a little bit later on. So I tend to ramble when I get up here doing things, so, you know. And next, brand awareness. So again, touching on that point of you want to create the need for your product before you go ask someone to buy it. So, you know, again, like I said, we've had the honor to work with the BBBs on more of the national level and creating a program and a digital marketing strategy to make their message cohesive so that businesses like yourself would know more about the BBB before you think about becoming accredited. So we do a combination of getting the word out there and then also following up with making the ask for businesses to become accredited. And like I said, my background is more media buying, so each different media has its own strengths and weaknesses. So just a few tactics for awareness that we use. You've got your traditional broadcast, cable, radio. All of these have different price points, you know, for the amount of people that you're reaching. I'm glad to see radio. I'm still a huge proponent of radio because it is a very economical way to get your message in front of a lot of people. And I love the program that y'all are creating with that. That is just really, I would absolutely take advantage of that. You streaming TV. I mean, how many of us stream now instead of having broadcast? You know, with Hulu, Paramount Plus, and even to that effect, you know, we all probably kind of jump around to each one. So kind of spread your, you know, maybe not spread your dollars out so much because that's important in creating a strategy. You don't want to spread everything out everywhere. Pick one and alternate it, you know. So then YouTube, I mean, all of us are on YouTube all the time. It's the #2 search engine. Yeah, it's not just for videos. It's not just for kids, you know. When placing your media on there, just make sure that whoever's doing it for you puts into effect to make sure that your video is not on the kids stuff all the time. Watch your reports on that every month. Then display websites, you know, as you're browsing websites. Those are a very economical way to get your branding and your awareness out there. And of course, social media is a great, you know, awareness generator. So that's just a few overview of different ways that you can use mediums to get your brand out there while you're planning your lead generation tactics. So now we'll get into some more. We don't have any thoughts or questions or anything before we get into these.
So you had mentioned about when a company, say a small company, has too many leads coming in or gets into a situation where they're just kind of overloaded and kind of puts things back. Should the focus be on brand awareness at that time, or what is your strategy for that?
That's a great question. Yes, I would dial back in my, if you were our client, I would dial back our budget on the lead generation strategies and move it over to the brand awareness. Yeah, to stop that, just get out like more display ads, streaming TV ads, get those out there so you don't have all of that, that influx of calls coming in. And I was just talking to a client of ours, a bank yesterday, and they're to that point where they've grown as much as they need to right now before they increase more staff. So we're still keeping up our continuous, you don't ever want to stop advertising. I'm a marketer, I have to say that. You can shift the dollars around to make it meet what you need. That was a great question. Did that answer? Okay, good. So getting into some more lead generation strategies, and specifically from the media side, and whether you're planning out which tactics to use or whether an agency is planning out some different tactics to use. These are some of the core ones that we always look at. So Google search, Facebook, LinkedIn, business directories, word of mouth, and conferences. So we'll talk a little bit about each one of these in some specifics. So responsive search ads. These are the paid ads that appear at Google. So these are really, I think, besides Facebook lead ads and sometimes LinkedIn lead ads, these are one of where you can really get into specifics of people who have that specific need at that time. These are, I kind of equate it to a grocery store. You have your items on an end cap where people may not know that they need them, but they see them and want them. That's more creating your brand awareness and your want. This is why they put the milk in the back of the grocery store, because they know you're going in there for milk and you're going to go through the whole grocery store before you can get there. So these are the milk of the grocery stores. And Google does an amazing job now with really matching that need up to what that person has typed in, which leads to my next point of keyword match times. And I don't know if all of you, some of you may have set up Google search ads. The way they do it now is you have to put in 14 different headlines. You have to feed it a lot of information because it wants to do its best job to match whatever a person has searched in. I wanted to just touch a little bit on keyword match types because you have the option between phrase match, broad match, exact match. So let's say a person, just an example, if you're doing a specific lead generation program that you're a roofer and you want to get more people to use your roofing services for tin roofs or metal roofs, what you want to do just with one keyword example is to make a keyword like metal roof, benefits or colors of metal roof. But you want to make that on either a phrase match or exact match, because if you make that on broad match, Google's going to show that ad to everybody who types in roof. It's not going to see the difference. And you can really lose a lot of your budget that you put in. Now, if you're doing it for brand awareness, that's fine. But if you're going after that specific person that's looking for that product or that financial service or whatever it is, just make sure that your keyword list is as tight as it can be and on that phrase match or exact match. And on the flip side of that, expect your cost per click to be higher on that than if you were going for broad match. So you can kind of, run 2 different types of campaigns and, either, or whoever you hire, just make sure that they know the difference and they know, you're ready to expect that. And I'll give you an example of that. We ran a lead generation pilot this past summer for the Better Business Bureau for probably about 50 different Better Business Bureaus. Our specific goal of that was to get accredited businesses. So our cost per click on that campaign was between $10 and $15 a click. On our branding awareness side, where we run, the cost per click, 40, 50 cents. But, we had a specific goal we were going to. Our conversion goals matched up with the value of that lead we were getting. So just kind of, all of these mediums can sway way back and forth on how much it costs you to run it. So, again, smart bidding, this is kind of where, we talked about knowing the value of the lead. This is where if you tell Google, this is my value of the lead, it can use its algorithms to know how many ads to send out, know who to send it to, and those people are more likely to make a conversion. That also comes in with knowing your conversion points, because you're going to want to set that up in Google as well. So you want to tell Google that this is my first conversion point, this is my second, this is my end goal, and then let Google or Facebook, let the algorithms take over and let it do its thing to make sure that it's getting you that end goal for the most economical value, to stay within your overall budget. So again, setting it up and knowing those points in between, it all kind of, in the end, plays a point for each other. Google now also offers lead forms, so those are a quick way, or once you've got that person, to fill out that lead form, and that's, whether you're sending the lead to your website, to get the contact form, to the lead form, ideally that's what you're wanting. You're wanting to get their information, so then you can either reach back out to them, or you can let your retention program take over. So, and then on another tactic, Facebook and Instagram. Everybody's on Facebook, everybody's on Instagram. TikTok has its own, I won't really get into a lot of TikTok. There we go. Our kind of view on that is TikTok is more of an awareness. People really don't want to be advertised to on that. So when you're looking at budgeting dollars, Google search, Facebook, I think those are your better ones to look at. One of the things our main lead generator tactic with Facebook are using their lead forms. Again, they can use the pixel technology. Facebook is really one of the ones where privacy issues are a lot less of a thing, because they know your information. You've already given them permission to know everything about you just by being on the platform. You've given them permission to follow you through other websites. So, and they're a great way to really gauge that cost per lead. We watch our Facebook lead costs like a hawk. And so if we see that that's going up, then we know we need to make a change. Or if we see that we've established our cost per lead and our maximum cost per lead with Facebook, and it can't serve that out, then we know, well, we need to go back and think a little bit more about either this medium or what we think our cost per lead should be. Just a mention on targeting from what we've seen with Facebook. The more layers, you can do it 2 ways. You can either run a really broadly targeted Facebook lead generation campaign, where really your goal for that is to cast a broad net and get as many in as you can, or you can really lock it down with a lot of category targeting, age targeting, interest targeting. You're on one side, those leads are going to cost more. They may be qualified more. On the other side, you'll get a whole lot of people filling out their form. And depending on your business and how you handle that, we see kind of both sides with our different clients. We have some clients with larger sales teams, and they're like, just get me the leads. Get them in here, my sales team can take over at that point. Then we have other clients that you know, their sales teams aren't as large or aren't as capable of taking over. So they're okay with paying a little bit higher of a price point because we're kind of pre-qualifying them a little bit. So each business is going to kind of vary on its needs on that side, but just that's very controllable to whoever is running your Facebook lead campaign. And there's always going to be spam. People never read the ads. I don't care how much. And even, you know, Michelle, they can testify here. We get people that fill out the lead form to be in accredited businesses that they just want to give a complaint or a review, you know? So, yeah.
On the spam point, I want to mention that I created my Facebook advertise for my business 2 weeks ago on Facebook on my profile from 2008. And I got supposedly Meta verified and I lost it. And I had 4,000 followers for my business. So watch out for the spam because it really hurt your business.
Yeah.
My business was hurt a lot. I
How
did a
did
lot
you-
of my leads.
How did you lose it?
Because
That's
they
very
started
beneficial for everybody to hear.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to share it because when you create a Facebook advertise, you start getting supposedly this Meta verified, we're gonna close your page, and I did it, and it really looked legit,
Yes.
like Facebook Meta. And I gave my login information, and then the second later, it was gone. So I wanted to share my experience with you because it's from 2008, and when you go and click on a Facebook or profile or page and you notice 2024, this is not legit. Mine was totally legit. And all my leads from groups from Mount Pleasant, Pittsburgh, Longview, I always get referrals. My main referral is word of mouth for my sellers. So people, clients, you know, posting my name, my business, it was huge loss for me. So I just wanted to share with you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Can I interject something real quick, Ms. Lester? So I had the same thing happen that happened to her. I'm a managing partner for a non-emergency medical transportation company. And once we created our Facebook page and we started putting our ads out, we started getting, and I was actually looking for one so I could show you. So at the end of the meeting, I'll show you what they look like. So I just got one a couple of days ago.
It looks very legit.
So what they do is they reach out to you and say essentially, like you got a copyright violation or something going on with the page.
Not active, click here.
Right.
Yes.
So, yeah, I've been getting them repeatedly, and so I just shoot them some little ugly message back and keep it moving. But I'll show you exactly
It's like good luck, all right?
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, work like the rest of us.
Yeah,
It's
good luck.
so rampant now. I mean, we get them, you know, we are admins on probably 100 Facebook pages. And so we get them all day long.
Yeah.
And we really, our practice with that is D&E, do not engage. Because one, you know, even with, we get a lot of, you know, spam emails, spam calls at the office.
Yeah, I got those.
You know, yeah, even if you respond to them, then that can tell whatever system they got going, okay, this is a real person.
Yeah.
Then they put you in a whole different cycle of spamming you with everything. So in general, you know, we don't, and it's scary because they look real. My email got hacked last September. I was at a conference and I got on the conference Wi-Fi. And then within a week, all of my clients, this never happened to me before. I was the black sheep of Encore for a while. All of my clients got an email with an invoice from us.
Yeah.
And, and it was wild what they did. They set a rule on my email right after they did that any incoming emails would automatically go to my junk mail. So I had clients emailing me, asking me, is this legit? And for about a 30-minute period, I wasn't even seeing those emails that were coming back through. The only thing that set me off to it was I get emails all day long. So like, I haven't got an email in like 45 minutes. I think I was in a meeting.
Something's wrong. You're like, something's wrong.
Like, something is wrong.
Yeah.
And then we figured out, I'm still on blacklist for some companies. You know, and I have to call them. Yeah.
Does your company have any type of firewall filter that use AI? Like I said, they're very good.
That's what
I
they
mean,
are.
that, it takes an
Yeah.
extra level of sophistication in order to pick them up even. So do
They-
y'all have a filter for that?
They do, our tech team, and that is above my pay grade. They do. The only way that we could figure is that me being on that conference, unsecured Wi-Fi, somehow let something happen there. So I will never, I'm hotspotting my phone from now on for anything. But, we've got an IT company that's, they are strict. Like, we have to keep our door locked now.
Yeah.
For the security.
We've gotten emails like that from clients that have been hacked,
Yeah.
and it was like, no, we provide y'all the service. Y'all don't do anything. Y'all shouldn't be sending us an invoice for anything. Like it was. But yeah, I've seen that before.
We could talk all day long about that. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, so one of the ways that I just counsel companies usually is there's two things you can do, because that's obviously a situation that many companies are facing right now with a lot of the spam emails coming to your Facebook. And a lot of the lead generation that companies have are through Facebook. So usually the way that Meta works is that if it's ever a legitimately from Meta, they'll actually stop your account and they'll notify you so that you don't have access to it. So that's when you know that it's actually really Meta.
Yeah.
So any emails that you do get in your Meta, they're spam. So it gives you the option, there's those 3 dots, just click it as spam. That's all you gotta do. Click it as spam and delete it, and then it'll pick up after a while as you delete it. The other thing that you always want to do is for your businesses, because there's a lot of companies that have their Facebook as their main source of leads, is to make sure that you just create a backup profile. You can set it up as a business, set it up as another, just like another page. But I just always counsel them with that, just in case something does happen, especially with your ad account. You just want to have a backup, just so that if anything happens to that, you can Facebook will actually let you log into the other one. So just hope that helps.
Good tip. Yeah. Multiple people having access to your account as well, to your ads manager. We have 4 of us, that have access to our account. So, if mine gets shut down, they can, hope it's not the main one. They get shut down, You made me think of something when you said that. On Facebook communication, when they send you an email, you can go within, you have to Google this to find the exact steps, but you can go within Facebook, and it has a log of the actual valid emails that Facebook sends to you. So you can kind of double check that there. So that's our therapy session with Facebook.
We need to start a support group.
We do.
What's your company's experience with leveraging influencers?
So we have delved into that a little bit, not too much, because a lot of our clients are kind of smaller businesses. I think in general, I think it's a powerful tool to use. You just have to be, for me, you have to be careful, because influencers, and it's just maybe my personal opinion about them, they are paid to promote that message, and a lot of them are, it's just too forced with them. Now there are, I'm sure some that are great spokespeople for a brand, but I think you really have to be careful, and that kind of a lot of the companies that they come to us, well, I can get you 20 leads per month. Well, they're just trying to hit that number. These influencers are just trying to get, this number of mentions out per month or whatever. So I think it's a good resource if used kind of responsibly, watching them. Do y'all have experience with using influencers in y'all's area? Randy?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at an influencer. What was your question? I'm
But do
sorry.
y'all have you used influencers? Do you
No,
have-
but I've visited with some, and I'm a little, I guess a little cloudy on how they calibrate their results in leads or or in actual accounts that we not receive. So, you know, I mean, they say they can do it, but I haven't been there. I've not actually used some of it.
Yeah. I have witnessed something over the last weekend. A friend of mine owns a sandwich shop out in Lancaster, however you want to pronounce it. I'm from Dallas, so it's south of the Trinity, it's Lancaster. So anyway, she has a sandwich shop over in Lancaster. And she paid an influencer last Wednesday $200 to do some, come to her restaurant, try her food out and everything. Every day since this guy did the post, she has made at least minimum $1,000 in sales. And I think when it was a Tuesday, $2,000 in sales. And that was the largest day that's the largest, sales day she'd ever had. This is someone that started this business while she was working as a call center employee. And so, like I said, she paid the guy $200, and the post went viral. And at one point, she had a line out the door. Folks trying to buy sandwiches. So I've seen it work. I've seen it when it doesn't.
I feel like it can go both ways.
As long as it's done properly,
Yeah.
It has to be there has to be some sort of focus. It can't be this guy just jumping on his media platform, so.
Yeah, correct. Thank you very much. So I am going to run through our remaining slides pretty quick. I can get up here and ramble all day, but I don't want to stay here until 3 o'clock this afternoon. So LinkedIn, kind of the same thing with Facebook, but LinkedIn tends to be a more corporate audience.
Yeah.
We see our LinkedIn leads cost 5 times more than our Facebook leads. But if you're going towards that corporate audience, where you're looking for the CEOs, you're looking for the C-level executives of the company, it can really be a beneficial use to find those people with your messaging. Email, SMS. I think this is probably one of the most things that we see done as a lead generation. My overall thoughts on that is, create your own email list. Get your own don't buy email list. That's kind of cold down, but just make sure that you're creating your own audience there. And of course, the compelling message, including an offer. I get a lot of emails. And most of them, I don't even look at them unless they're offering me something, whether it be information. Everybody wants something for free. Everybody wants a discount, So just make it worth that person's time to open your email and, then track them all the way through. Directories. So, getting your name out there, your Google business profile. I would be absolutely remiss if I didn't mention the BBB business directory.
Yes.
Make sure you are a part of that. It's 140 million people a year use that as a directory.
Yes.
And that really does set you apart when somebody sees you on that directory versus somebody on Google. So make sure you're signed up to be on that directory.
I know we're trying to fly through this now, but if you're an accredited business, BBB sends you a certain seal as well for you to put on your website that Google picks up, and automatically helps move you to the top of the SEO because you're a valid business as soon as they see that. So I know Johnny, you said you're a new one, and so just make sure that y'all are capitalizing on that.
Absolutely. Make sure people see that sign everywhere you can put it. Then word of mouth, I think, like you said, that really is still one of they're not being advertised, they're being talked to, referrals. That's one of the main qualified leads that you're going to get. If somebody can tell somebody, hey, I had this great experience, you go do that too. And that's free. The personal interactions, again, using AI responsibly.
So that being said, make sure people are leaving reviews on those profiles, on your Google and your BBB profiles.
Asking them
because that is
to
word of mouth.
review, that goes into word of mouth, absolutely. Yes. If you use chatbots for your customer interactions, your customer service, make sure you're transparent with that use. Make sure people know they're talking to a chatbot. Some of them are great. Most of my experiences have not been that great unless you're a huge company and you have it hooked up to all of your company data that then they can pull. But it kind of goes back to the Facebook Messenger. If you're not able to interact with your customers, you're going to put that lead off. And then the other thing is something you may not think about. You know, we all hear about attending conferences. You're going to attend this conference and you're going to get all of these leads and all of this awareness. But you have to keep in mind, you know, conferences cost a lot. You've got airfare, travel, the tickets to them. Is that really worth the potential, you know, 5 or 6 leads that you might get out of it? You kind of weigh your benefits there, have a plan for whoever you send out to the conferences. I kind of speak for this, we're going to the conference next week. And, you know, we know that our job there is to make connections, is to make networking connections. And the conference is in Vegas, so, you know, there's a lot of, you know, you could rather just have fun, but that's not what this is about. You know, we're there to try to gather, you know, educate, inform. But just, you know, as business owners, make sure that you kind of, you know, look at that side of it. And then if you do, a way you can geofence the conference, run geofence ads while you're there. And then also run ads at the conference area while you're there. That kind of gets out there with that branding awareness, because if people are at the conference, they've seen your ad, they've seen your booth, then they come back and then you're calling them, you're emailing them to become a lead, they're more likely to, you know, make that conversion than if they hadn't heard anything about it. So a few things that you can do to make the conference more valuable as a lead generator, even after the people leave the conference. So lead nurturing, what do you do after you get the lead in? So an email, a drip campaign, you know, that's where you schedule the emails to go out, the SMS. MailChimp, Constant Contact, they all do drip campaigns for you now. They make it really easy to schedule those. Retargeting ads, you know, the people that have completed your form. Because, you know, you don't want a person to feel like, oh, they got my email, now they've just, you know, forgotten about me. But on the flip side, you don't want to email them every day. You don't want to text them every day. So there's a balance there. You can also, if you have a large enough audience, probably, you know, 30, 40,000 email addresses, you can target those people specifically by their email address with digital ads. But you have to really have a large email database to do that with, of your customers. We did that with a BBB of 30,000 email addresses. We probably got a 10% match rate on those. So, you know, there are lots of different ways to keep yourself in front of people. And that's just, you know, nurturing that lead until you make that sale. And then the retention. Once you've got that lead, once you've made that sale, don't forget about it. And this is where it kind of all comes back to a circle. We started out with awareness. You know, keep your message in front of them, because they want to know, well, I got this product. Now, they feel better about it when they see that company still promoting themselves and still getting that word out there. They feel better about being a part of that. And again, that personal interaction, dealing with the unhappy customers, we've all had to deal with that. You know, just be prepared. You know, be prepared. I'm guilty of this all the time. I'll sign up for a discount in a store to get their text message. They send it to me. The next message they send, stop. You know, so be prepared for that, but you know, you have to kind of realize, well, I did get them. They did use my product. So, in summary, 7 minutes left. You know, set yourself up for the success. Make sure on the technical side, you're ready to start this campaign. Know those goals, know those costs per acquisition, the cost per lead cost, you know, your average cost of sale. Track everything that you can. Whether it's a spreadsheet, a notepad, however you're most comfortable doing it, just have that data yourself. Be patient, embrace the change. That's our spam. You know, let the systems do their thing. You know, we deal with a lot. You know, we've been running a campaign a week. We haven't had any leads come in. You know, the systems need time to analyze that traffic that's coming in, and it's going to go up and down. You know, and then to kind of ask questions. Whoever you get to run your campaigns, whether it's yourself or not, ask, you know, how much is my cost per lead? Challenge them. You know, tell them the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because it is so beneficial to us for me to have a customer say, these leads are not good. Because then I know I need to make a change, you know, in whatever we're doing. So, and make sure that the person running your campaign is also asking questions. You know, because I had a client one time tell me that, well, I've never heard a bad report from a digital marketer. And that really meant, like, you know, we can, you know, skew the numbers, skew the way you talk to people to make it sound good. And that kind of goes along with the BBB, the truth and the integrity and people that you're working with. You know, make sure that that person is telling you, I've made these changes. I'm not just setting it and forgetting it. And then, you know, y'all are working together. So, thank you.
Thank you all again for coming. Along the lines of what Jennifer was talking about, there's one thing that we have available to you guys. And so I'm beta testing it with some people right now, but everybody that we have an email for in this room, I'm going to beta test it with you as well. So what I want you to do is make sure that all of your information is correct on this report. It is an online health assessment, so it kind of says what do you look like online to other people. And so if you guys will help me and give me feedback on that, I would appreciate that. I think it'll be helpful too. It has 88 different directories for you to be listed on. You may not care about all 88, but some of you might. So take some of that stuff that's on there. You might have too much information on there. Use what you need, you know, disregard what you don't, but hopefully I'd rather you have it and not need it and need it and not have it. So I do that all the time. So be on the lookout for that email coming from me to you guys. It'll just say this is your online health assessment. And yeah, let me know what you think about it as well. So, and with that, thank you, Jennifer, for everything. Any other questions for Jennifer before we talk about our next Lunch.Learn.Lead?
I do have a question. So when you were mentioning about keywords for Google, is it good to use, here's a question, but is it good to use the company's name as a keyword? Is that good for branding, or is that something that you would do or recommend?
You can take it two ways. If you use the company's name, you have to kind of take into account that your organic searches are probably going to come up with the company's name. But you're also going to get a much lower cost per click, a quicker branding of that company if you do have the company's name in there. It's also a brand protection. You know, you're controlling that messaging within that ad. If somebody Googles your company name and you're coming up higher in the search. So it can be beneficial to have your company name in it. Most of the time what we do in that case is we'll have separate campaigns running. So the branded campaign, we expect to have a lower cost per click on that, and we have a separate campaign where that's not included. So run them two different ways. So that's how we kind of deal with that.
Do you have like a keyword research resource?
So Google, the keyword generator within the Google AdWords itself is probably one of the best ones to use because they have the knowledge of the current trending prices and searches for those keywords.
I have another resource that I like too. I think we've talked about it before. It's called Answer the Public. So what you can do is you can put in whatever topic you want to put in. It could be commercial roofing or whatever, and it'll put all the questions people are asking about that topic. So there may be some questions you want to answer. Make sure those questions are answered in your website, on your social media. That will help you as well. So answerthepublic.com. So it's a good little thing. You'll like that. Super cool. Yeah.
I think you have a question? No. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we've got two things coming up. Blood drive, May 31st. Oh, sorry, three things. Virtual trivia, Friday, 2:30 to 3:30. If you haven't signed up, you can do it here if you want to. Or you can send it, which we have to have registrations by tomorrow. And we have a blood drive on May 31st, right here at the offices. And then We'll see you next month here at our next Lunch.Learn.Lead with Eric Holder. He is an HR attorney here in East Texas, and he'll talk about all things that you need to do to make sure you're in compliance, which is really important. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next month.
Yeah, a lot.
Nice to meet you too.